There are a lot of things that are insane about American politics, but one of the most insane things is this rhetoric I keep hearing from left-wing media, especially people like the Young Turks, about how the Democrats don't know how to win. They just don't know how to do politics. I keep hearing phrases like, they've learned nothing. Let me give you a perspective. Let me give you an analogy because people just don't seem to understand the reality of American politics. I'm going to drop this real quick, first of all. It's us against them. It's we the people against the elites, right? They're not with us, right? It's a big club and we're not part of it, right? It's our job as voters to manage the people we elect and make them do their jobs. But ultimately, it's us and it's them. There's no we. Right? They always win, we always lose. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine that you were in the same job for 20 years, 30 years. Very high paying job, excellent benefits. And through this job, you're able to accrue millions of dollars in your net worth, right? I mean, insane levels of stability. Think about the average American, how many jobs you have to move to get your salary up, or layoffs, companies go out of business, your industry collapses. And contrast that to imagine you were in a job for decades, literally decades, high paying job, and you now have millions of dollars of net worth, right? Now imagine people who've been hopping all over the place, who are barely making any money, barely can pay their bills, they don't even have healthcare, telling that group of people that they don't know what they're doing, they're stupid, they don't understand the business that they're in. These very wealthy multimillionaires who have been at the same job for decades. Meanwhile, you're struggling to survive and you're telling them that they have not learned anything. I think the Democrats have learned a lot. They've learned how to win. They win every single election. We got to get this binary thought process out of our minds. Like the idea that the Democrats lost 2024 is absurd. Lost what, right? The only way you can think they lost anything is if you actually think they're like philanthropists and they actually care about the American people, as opposed to they're just self-interested people. If you think they really care about you and they're just there trying to help, people, then I could see why you think that they lost because, they're in the minority, so they can't really enact policies. But if you're more connected to reality like myself and you realize that they're just regular people, self-interested, they worry about their families, their legacy, paying their bills, they have their goals, trying to go on vacation. That's how most people are. That's just the reality of it, right? So me being in touch with reality, I realized that they're cool, man. Like, I don't know why we treat them like different people. Like, just imagine that they were doing any other job, making the kind of money they're making, being successful, the level of stability. And imagine you looking at anyone else in any other industry and saying, you don't know what you're doing, right? Meanwhile, again, you in contrast, struggling to survive. Even myself, I've done really well for myself, but man, the last 4 years has been an absolute disaster. It hasn't been so for AOC or Cory Booker or any of these top Democrats, right? They've been living the life, traveling around the world, great vacations, great benefits. Their bank accounts are good, but yet somehow people in left-wing media want to tell you, Democrats don't know how to win. I think staying in office for 40 years and accruing a lot of wealth, not like Trump, but still a lot of wealth, I think they know what they're doing and they're very good at it. I think that's the reality. The other reality is that the American people need to come into close proximity to the reality of this political system that we have here and stop thinking of these politicians as, like they're with you. Maybe a few of them are, but overall, they're not with you. They're with themselves, right? And it's not painting them as evil. I'm painting them just like I would people in the automotive industry, people in retail industry. It's just human nature, right? To be self-interested, right? There are some exceptions, but generally speaking, people are mostly focused on themselves, right? Why would a politician be any different? They're not losing. There's nothing for them to learn. People who actually need something to learn is us, the voters. We need to learn how to manage the people that we hire. They work for us. And we do a horrific job of being their managers. So we're the ones who keep losing. And therefore, we're the ones that need to look inward and learn a lesson, right? Because what the Democrats are doing, what Republicans are doing, it's working, right? Both parties have won every single election, right? Wow.